Right, cool. We're live. Hello, people.
What's
going on, guys?
Hello, YouTubers and Twitchers.
Right, cool.
How are you doing? I've
people.
got my echo in the background,
What's going on,
so
guys?
that's good. Yeah, okay, turn them. Yeah, they should be able to hear us now. It should be all okay. Yeah, and your output's going. So yeah, cool. Right. Hi guys, how's it going? Your boy Jackadunga here, and we are back to present the J Show, which is a show we're going to talk about all things Clash, and I've got two very special guests above me. Right above there, we have got. We'll start off with John Partial, aka the Beard, grossing a rather lovely beard over there. How are you doing, John? How is it going?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm absolutely fine. John's been around the Clash community quite a bit, so he's very clued up on that sort of thing. And we also have Mr. Jake on our left top, and he has also been around the Clash community, both ByeForever members in the Cwl Invite War, and invited them around to talk about things Clash. So we're going to get this started with a bit of a look at the Cwl Invite leagues. First of all, John and Jake, if the people don't know, when did you join ByeForever, and where did you start, really?
I'll let Pitt lead into that because he came over there first.
JP has a more storied history. So, I mean, I started out in Mental Martyrs way back in the day because I saw a Jake video, on his little, his little spotlight thing he did for clans. So I went over, tried out for them, realized how much I sucked, started getting better at the game, eventually tried out for One Hive 2.0. How long ago was that, JP? That was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
More than that. Maybe, probably like a year and a half ago. Made it into the 2.0 family, went through the ranks, was a co-leader in Invicta, went on up to 2.0, went to Clash Live last year in Chicago, about a year ago this summer. That's where I met JP himself in the flesh and a bunch of other guys, and it was a lot of fun. Probably 3 or 4 months ago, like right at the very beginning of this season, so a couple months ago. I just had some personal disagreements with a lot of the 2.0 leadership and wasn't having a lot of fun anymore, and saw ByeForever and heard they were a lot of fun and came over, and that's the end of it, I guess.
Obviously, they were avid watchers of the Jackadunga YouTube channel, so they were like, what, you want to get involved? So I mean, I wasn't surprised.
I'm like, who is this English stud? I want to be like this.
Well, thank you very much. Well, one thing which you're going to get a little bit of highlighting on is the ByeForever War, which is in your left, sort of bottom left of the screen. So you can catch up with all the little things which do happen in the ByeForever Immoral Thieves War in the next hour or so. So you're not missing any of the action, of course. We don't want you missing any of that ByeForever sweet action. But we think we'll get started with a little bit of a talk about the CWR Invite and how the clans have done.
We gotta let JP say how he got to ByeForever.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a similar story.
Is he still? Is JP still on ByeForever? That's a question.
Well, it's actually kind of funny. I am still a member, but so to answer your question, JP2 was my Town Hall 9 I had in ByeForever, and I decided to go ahead and make the move to Town Hall 10. And I wasn't thinking it through. I had another Town Hall 9 just sitting over there that a friend who retired gave to me. So I just said, well, no big deal. I'll just move that Town Hall 9 over and finish CWO with it while I do the Town Hall 10 grind. And then I realized I was a week too late on the transfers. So I'm sitting out the rest of this season. I'm going to miss a lot this week in the playoffs. So, but yeah, as far as getting started, I'll do just a brief history on it.
Okay.
I was in a clan with some friends, just a horrible clan, and we didn't know we were horrible at the time. we thought we were pretty good, but a friend from work introduced me to, once again, Jake from One Hive video, and I believe the first video I watched of his was a Holo Wee Wee with the witches, Kill Squad, and then loons and hogs. Loons and hogs, and trying to take out the base. So I got the itch at that point, and I said, okay, this is there's a lot more to this game than I realized. So yeah, Jake definitely, One Hive Jake definitely got me started. But tried to turn that clan around for a little while and tried to convince a lot of people to get serious. It just wasn't going to happen. So I applied for One Hive Invicta. Shoot, it's had to have been, I don't know, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and was still a noob. So I was kind of surprised, but I made my tryout. Things went well. I stayed there. I was a co-leader for a while. I helped start One Hive Swarm back when we did that, and then at the time there was the old leader of 2.0 was kind of, I don't know how to describe him, but just say that he pushed a lot of people away. So there was a good bit of us that left back, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And then I always told myself, though, once there was new leadership and once he was gone, I would be wanting to come back because I always considered that home. So I bounced around in a couple clans, just playing casually a little bit. And then a bunch of us some of us were former One Hive, some from some other clans, we decided to form our own clan. So that's where Power COC came from. So I was the leader of Power COC for a little while, and we did pretty well in just a short period of time. We beat WHF, we beat some big clans, and then it really changed when I went to Chicago Live and I met Pitt and I met Zerds and Jamie and my buddy Z-Bear, who was with me in Power COC, and I met a bunch of those guys. I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting, and that's when I started saying, okay, I want to come back. I really miss these guys, and we were burned out with Power COC. Leadership we just kind of had enough with it. So I went back to the 2.0 family and was there for a while. And same with Pitt. I left a little bit after he did. I know he had left a few weeks before me. And I don't know, I didn't have the passion for the game anymore. Mm-hmm. When I was there, I felt like I just wasn't having fun, like Pitt said. So he had been talking to me about BFE. It's not like Pitt to poach anybody, but he had mentioned BFE, and I figured I'd check it out. And my first war was the CWL war against Warwhales. And what impressed me so much was I think we had like 22 people in the voice chats planning. And then when I saw that, I said, okay, this is a good place to be. So yeah, even though I don't have an account in BFE at the moment, I'm definitely still a BFE member, just waiting on season 3 to start so I can get my new Town Hall 9 over there.
Hey Jack, personal question.
Go on.
Do you have ADHD?
No, why?
Okay. I saw JP talking and he was giving his whole story, and I just saw you over there. You're like,
oh, I'm always jigging. This is the thing. This is the first time, and a video has been pointed at my direction, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm always jigging. That's basically me. But what I want to talk about is I don't think many people know where I've come from, and unfortunately, I don't have an illustrious career like you guys.
No,
I was
we're curious. Tell us.
I was quite the scrub when it comes to Clash of Clans. Basically, I was watching Chief Pat, all the big ones, and they weren't giving me much of a clue of what to do. So I was like, okay, why don't I just join the clan with the highest level? Because I was like, oh, that must be a good indicator, surely. And so I joined this clan called Bad Sands, and they were all UK because I was just interested in joining a UK clan, really. And we were shocking. I mean, we were just so bad. I mean, I don't know how we won any wars at all. I mean, no one knew what they were doing, including myself. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I was like 18 Valks, mass Valking everything walking, etc. And then I started watching Jake, actually. He was the person who I was watching, and he suddenly came up with the kill squad idea, and I was like, whoa, what's a kill squad? This sounds really interesting. And so I was like, came into it, and I really started to enjoy warring in Bad Sand because I actually knew what I was doing. But by that point, the guys there, they don't really know what they were doing, and I wanted to move on to something bigger. So I joined Iconic, and of course Iconic are quite a decent war clan in the community, and they used to be even better back in the day. And yeah, so I joined there. I had a bit of a go around there. 7 months I was part of it. But then I decided to leave due to the fact that I wanted a bit more time to myself, because I thought Clash was taking a little bit too much time of my life. Now I'm a YouTuber, so it's taking too much of my life now, but I'm sort of happy with that. But then I joined a host of different clans, didn't really like it in the different clans. I tried different war clans, didn't really like it. And then I settled with UKWA, which is the alliance of which Crunch Time's in. And Crunch Time, of course, are a UK CWL Rising clan. And then I really got heavily into competitive gaming in Clash, and I just really have fun from there. And then in terms of ByeForever, how I'm related to there, because until recently I didn't even have an account in there. There was an advertisement on the little description of the Clash. It said YouTuber needs, and I was like, I had no idea of any YouTubing experience. I had no YouTubing experience, in fact. And I was like, I tried a bit of OBS and was like, I think I might be able to do this. So I was like, you know what, if you give me a try, I might be able to set up your own YouTube channel. And then look at us now. I am now the official ByeForever YouTuber. So it sort of went well for me. And now I'm a competitive Clasher and also YouTuber. So that's my story.
Very nice. Just before, so we don't forget, if you guys have any questions and want to have them answered, feel free to put them into the comments section. I'm watching the YouTube ones. I don't know if anyone else has.
I'm watching Twitch.
Okay, perfect. And for full disclosure, because Bella just mentioned this, yes, I do record from my shower curtain, from my bathroom. So if you guys want to see the inside of my shower, just put that in the comments, and I'll let you have the show back.
I thought that was a window. I thought there was light coming in. I thought it was really nice lighting.
That's what I thought it was too when I moved into this apartment. But apparently, it's not really that. It's actually a shower curtain.
You're ridiculous.
No, that's quite funny. Anyway, right. So enough of the toilet shenanigans. We're going to get jumping into the Cwl Invite and Rising fixtures. Thought we start off with invites, and I'm going to drag up a little bit of the invite fixtures. If we just hop off here, I think I've got them up here, and at the moment we can see the little. I'll just we're going to remove a bit of us right there. You'll be able to see the CWL Rising invite, in fact, fixtures, etc. And in terms of how decent everyone has had of a season. I thought I'd start off and talk a little bit about it. So, as you can see here, the Swarm 10-0. We can start off with that. Don't know too much about the Swarm. Do any of you guys know much about the Swarm and why they've been so successful?
I think JP does. He wants to say something.
No, I don't know much about him. I don't know much about him. you hear they're accused of a lot of stuff, but nothing's really been proven. But as of now, I'll just say they're solid. I know a few people. They picked up a few people from some other clans in the off season, but as of now, I'd say just a solid clan.
Very decent, and it's not like they've had I'd say they've had mixed difficulty of fixtures. I don't think they've had the toughest, but they've also had decent clans in there. If I can pull up a few of their fixtures, who did they have last week? They had someone there. They have War and Glory right now, don't they? Pretty sure. Anyone know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
They have Reddit Omega. Reddit Omega are a decent clan, of course.
After ByeForever clinched the playoff spot,
it's all gone out the window.
Just on who everyone else is playing. I'm actually going to pull up the schedule right now so I can be more intelligent.
Yeah, we've got it up there anyway. So
it'll take more than that to make you intelligent.
Yeah, they've had decent stats anyway. They've done pretty well anyway. And then we've got the top sort of clans. We've got Moral Thieves, WHF, One Hive, of course they're One Hive 1.0, doing quite well, sitting on a healthy 8-2 and sort of 9-1, doing quite nicely there. In terms of ByeForever's divisions, we should definitely talk about that. Of course, Warwhales dropping out very recently, in fact about 2 matches ago, wasn't it? Yeah, so that was quite helpful. Have to say that was very helpful indeed, because I don't think we did have any sort of chance at playoffs if Warwhales didn't drop out, if that's right.
I think we still would have, or BFE at least. You
think? I thought they were third in the division, so there was no chance, because the Moral Thieves are at the top, aren't they?
I think we had to have beaten Moral Thieves in order to like have it happen.
Oh, okay.
There was an outside chance. There was a chance, but it was we had needed some things to go our way.
So it was quite helpful. But ByeForever, of course, they've had a pretty good season. We've very close on that Warwhales war. Of course, it was 113 to 113. Very, very decent. A very good performance, actually. Picking up quite a few 10v10s. Really doing well in the 9s, as we always do, actually. If I can pull that up, actually, I think it was week 5, if I can remember rightly. Yeah, here we go, week 5. We're going to have a little bit of a scoot around. Yeah, as you can see here, 9v9, we were about 64%, which is pretty good, above average. Dips 11 for 10, of course, only failing one dip, which was actually the 99%, which meant that we wouldn't clinch it, which was a bit of a shame. I remember Crypt not being able to pick that one up, quite demoralising, but of course
everything
we can't be
down
perfect.
at the one Inferno. Miners went all the way around it, and the Inferno picked them off at the end. It was tough.
Exactly. Quite a bit of heartbreak for us then. And
our chat, or inside the YouTube chat, Joe says that we would have needed the war against some Moral Thieves in order to make playoffs.
Oh, okay. Right. That's helpful then. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the moment, if I can get that up, actually, we can have a look at the ByeForever versus Moral Thieves war. It's about 84 to 81. I just saw a little bit of a glimpse of it. Let's have a look. Yeah, 84 to 81. Anyone been having a look at this war then? Oh, I think you both been sort of hanging around it.
We cleared their 11s earlier. I think like late last night we did. Last I checked, they still hadn't cleared ours. I'm gonna look. It's pretty even though. I think 10v10 triple for each side, unless something else just happened in the last few minutes. Yeah, pretty even right now. They still have not cleared our 11s. They still have 3 left to go.
Yeah, we have 10v10. Yeah,
it's a little late in the war for that, but I think they're just banking on their 10v10 game. Because they have some very solid 10 hitters on that squad.
Yeah, it's their 10v10 game which has really pulled them through, really, hasn't it? Because they've just put up so many that other clans can't really catch up. But I think this war, it depends on how it's going to go, really. See if they can pick up a few more 10v10s. But I definitely think ByeForever are probably in the stronger position right now, would you say?
Yeah, because we're ByeForever, man.
Modest as you are.
I think it's probably anyway. Yeah. You can go anyway right now.
Right.
Yeah, so that's Joey in the chat. He's being a little bit of a troll.
Joey's always a troll. Joey's in the troll in every chat. It's not just this one.
Yep.
So we'll pull that back up. We'll have a look at the other. So I've forgotten, what's the bottom clan in our league then? The one at 4th. Does anyone know?
Inside
our division.
The Barbarian Conference.
Yeah.
It's gotta be like 2.0 or.
Oh yeah, maybe it was.
Let me see. 2.0 is in the other conference. Oh no, we're an Archer Queen. Just kidding.
Yeah. Clued up. Prepared for the show.
I don't know. I'm not. They have a very easy to read like chart that like shows everything, but I'm not very good at that. I think Joey will know.
Yeah, and of course, OneHive 2.0 not doing so well. 1 for 9, of course. When did you guys leave then? Was it week 4 or week 3?
It was week.
I came in right before the Warwhales war. That was my first, basically my first day in BFE was prep day for that war.
Oh really?
I came over right before season 2 even started, like before season 1. They made me do like a week tryout just to make sure I wasn't like an idiot. It was just
okay.
So I missed the first war, and then after that, I was in all the other wars.
Was your trial hard, or was it like, here you go, two attacks, there you go, you're in?
The hardest part was remembering to like sketch a plan for my town hall.
That's a good start.
Attack. I'm like, I don't like doing this.
So now we've got to do the almighty predictions, of course, and I don't know if anyone's quite opinionated and would like to start, but who do we think is going to win the whole thing? Anyone want to put their opinion out there first?
That's all JP.
I mean, I'll go with Dark Eluders. No offense to my BFE peeps, but they've been there, done that, so my money's on them.
Okay, Dark Eluders, that's interesting. What do you think, Jake? I'm going to save mine till last.
Probably Dark. I mean, it's really there's like 4 or 5 clans that really could just it could go any way. I think it's really hard to tell. Maybe 1.0. I think 1.0 could. I mean, it just depends who's going to show up and play. Because Dark Looters is, I mean, they've lost like 2 games this season, haven't they? They're not still undefeated, right?
No, they're not.
No, they're 8-2. They're 8-2. Must be.
Yeah. Heck, I mean, even Swarm. They're one of those clans that you would have written off. A few months ago, kind of like Guantanamo Bay. I mean, a few months ago, like they're kind of a joke, but I mean, these days they're up there. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say the Swarm.
Swarm. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we got the Swarm, Dart Looters.
We're about to get kicked from our clan. Game Shark and Joe here watching in chat.
Wait, really? Oh no. Great.
Kick us out.
That's good. In terms of my prediction, I want to say I've just seen so much promise from Immoral Thieves. I mean, I want to give them a shout because they've definitely put up some really solid performance this season, and they're 9-1, which is obviously an amazing record. I think they could potentially go and lift the whole thing. And I would like to see someone like who wasn't really involved in last season go and actually pick it up. Because Immoral Thieves, I don't know, did they get knocked out in the quarterfinals or maybe the last 16? I'm not actually sure. Does anyone know?
JP, the Swarm is kind of an underdog. if you don't know this, Jack, in the chat, they're going after my call. The Swarm is, I mean, it's the Swarm. Like, they're not. I would not say that they're the best clan in the league.
No,
even though, like, at all. There's got to be half a dozen clans better than them. But that being said, if you've still gone undefeated, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, opinions are there. I mean, you can't take away those opinions now. So we'll see who actually wins the whole thing. Could be interesting to see. ByeForever. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how far they go. I don't exactly know how the seeding works for playoffs. Does anyone know that in detail? Or?
I don't know.
I think it's just. I mean, it's NFL style, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, well, it depends. We don't actually even know who we're going to come up against. So
I mean, it would probably be us again because we're going to be towards the bottom, I would imagine. So we'd probably be matched up against someone like near the top for the first match.
Okay.
So it might be like just one round and out, or if you make it through that first round, then you can go on a decent little run there.
Sounds like we play the Swarm according to Joey.
Joey's saying the Swarm.
The Swarm, right?
So we'll know right away if you're going to be right on your pick.
Yeah, you're going to change your prediction now.
Yeah, let's go back.
Right. Okay.
How's WHF done this season? Have you guys watched them at all?
8-2, and
yeah, they're solid.
Yeah, they're very good, of course. But a few people left WHF after their not so great season in CWL one, but one, I think it was to make of the hands left to Dark Looters, didn't he? A few big transfers there, but they've still managed to continue their strong performance, really.
Who knows any of the insider drama with Powerbang, like why he didn't like do any of the streaming for CWL? What happened there?
Okay, well, from what I can gather, I don't know. I mean, this is propaganda, which I've heard. Well, I've heard a bit of stuff from Time to Clash. I don't know if you've watched that little video of his. Anyone watched that one? The one where he talks about how he's left as media coordinator. You watched it? No, you haven't. Well, anyway, quite interesting. Well, I'll give you a bit of a summary if you haven't watched that. So basically, he left as media coordinator about a week and a half ago, maybe. And he released a little ranty video about it on his YouTube channel. And he said... No. Time to Clash. Not Powerbang. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. But he released a little ranty thing about how he was that not many of the admins liked him, and that they needed changing an admin board, which is quite a big comment actually. They need a whole reshuffle of their admins apparently, according to Time to Clash, because they're not competent, and they he said with his own words they're not competent. So he's got some hard feelings, clearly. It was quite a hard video to watch. But he was really, really, really going at the admins. He's obviously not happy at all. I'm not sure It seemed a bit one-sided though. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what to take about it, but he said basically the admins weren't doing a good job and that he's going to leave as media coordinator. And obviously Wuxia of King Jeffrey stepped down as well. And he said that she was the only one who was doing a good job about it, about being a good admin as such. So yeah, he stepped down and now they need a new media coordinator. So yeah, interesting things. I mean, I don't know how much to take.
Are you going to apply for the job?
You know what? I don't think. Being as I'm not on the CWL Discord server because I posted a meme, I don't think that's going to go down well anyway. First, you have to unban me.
What did you post? How did you get kicked out of the Discord?
I can probably get it out actually. Okay, basically, I made this funny little meme about. I thought it was harmless. I made a funny meme about the when the admins in the CWL invite. The big thing at Estonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the admins, 3 of them got flew over.
Right.
Yeah, so 3 of them are like walking, I'm sure I can find it, 3 of them are walking down in a authoritarian poses, etc. And then I put little cowboy hats on them and said, the admins are after you. And that was apparently too risque to be in the CWL Discord server, so I got banned immediately. And now I can't rejoin.
That's awesome. Because I went through and started poaching people out of the list from CWL. They didn't kick me out. I'm still in that server. What the heck?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I stream loads of Rising wars as well, and I do loads of YouTube for Cwl Invite and Rising, and I can't even get in the server. So yeah, it's fun for me. I'm gonna get this. I think I found it. It's not even that funny. I mean, yeah, I've got the picture. Here we go. Let me see if I can get it up then. In terms of what we're going to move on to next, we're going to talk about Rising next, when I try and find this meme, which I did. The Rising League, which has just finished about yesterday in fact, and we'll see who qualified, etc., and who favourites for who's going to win, because JP apparently has an account in Knights Templar, is it?
Yeah, Knights Templar. Been with them since CWL started.
Yeah, so we could have some interesting intel on that. It's coming up now. There we go. Hopefully you can see it. So yeah, it will come up shortly. I'll leave it there. Yeah, that was it. It's not even funny, but I got kicked for that. It should come up. I don't know how bad the lag is. Oh no, it's not come up yet.
There's a few second delay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, there we go. It's not even that funny. But oh well. There we go. Good. We're going to delete that now. As you can see, it's got the approval of everyone here.
Picture.
Oh yeah, that will go down well. Right, so that's the meme. Talking enough about memes, we're going to move on to the next thing. That's enough memes.
Rising.
We'll go to Rising.
I'll let you guys talk because I don't do the Rising. I've already risen.
Fair enough. That's a good pun.
JK.
So Rising, I'm going to get it up now on the screen. In terms of the clan I'm in, you probably will know if you're watching, I'm not sure. I'm in a Crunch Time, which is the UK clan for CWL, really, the main UK clan. And it's up here right now. Let's expand it. Yeah, so we went down this season 4 for 7 on our record, which isn't great. Really, we came bottom of our division in the end. Mixing up words there. But in terms of our division, it was actually quite close. We were in a division where the top team was 6 and 5, I believe. We are Air Defense Division. There you are. You'll be able to see now. So, actually, Immoral Reapers, in fact, came up first. So it was Immoral Reapers and for Hazeleka, who are decent clans, managed to win that. But in terms of Knights Templar, how did they do this season, JP?
We actually got off to a pretty bad start, but it was such bad luck. Couple of them we just didn't really perform well, but I know if I remember right, we had a loss by 1 star, we had a tie, a loss on percentage. We started I think 0-3, but I believe we finished right at 5-5. I'm looking now to see what our record was.
Okay, yeah, you beat Predominance, didn't you, in the last match?
Yeah, we beat them and they were 9-1. So
really,
I guess we finished.
Wow.
The Lost War didn't count, so I guess we were 5-6 if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we beat Predominance, and I think they were 9-1 or 9-2 to start when we faced them. So Pretty big win to end the season. We had a hot streak to end the war. We needed to go perfect, and ended up getting hot. But yeah, nice Templar. We did okay. We couple tweaks on a couple of the wars, and we'd be right there at 7-4.
Right. Yeah, we had a bit of a unlucky and lucky, you could say. One of the wars we won by 0.02% on total destruction. So I mean, that was very lucky. But apart from that, we had a bit of a. We started off a bit rough, only putting up 82 stars, and then the rest of the wars we put up about 84, 83, 85 stars. Best war we managed to lose actually was we got 86 stars against North Awakens, and then unfortunately they put up 86 stars as well, and we actually lost it. So yeah, on 1% total destruction. So a bit unlucky there, but I mean we can improve for next season, I believe. We're in the no dip league as well.
JP, do you see Bella's question to you?
How far along is my 10? Well, figuring that I'm 10 days into it, I've got my Spell Factory done, my CC done, 2 camps. I'm about to put the Queen down to 33, so I'm getting there. It'll take, hopefully by season 3, I'll be 40-40, ready to go.
So before we get to the no dip league, who's looking like they're going to be the favorites for the Rising League?
So Chaos Hammer, undeniable. I think they've, unless they lost the last match, they won all their matches in the league. So they are looking very, very strong. I believe they also have I think it's a Cam Sucks at Gaming or some YouTuber. So obviously that pulls a little bit of weight because they get good players on the transfer list. But in terms of their performances, they've put some really solid performance up. 87 stars, getting a few of those, which is of course the best you can get. And yeah, they've just been a bit undeniably good. I think they will win it in the end. What do you think, John?
I zoned out for a minute.
No. Want me to ask again?
Who do you think? Who do I think will be the favorite? Which clan are you talking about?
Well, I was talking about Chaos Hammer, but I mean, what do you think?
I actually don't know too much about them. I think Predominance is another clan to watch out for. I know they weren't their best against us, but they were pretty solid during the season at 10 versus 10, which can win wars in this. If you get 1 or 2 10v10s in Rising, you're in really good shape to win the war.
I guess so. And also one thing I'd like to give a shout out to Trollstein. They started off with 3 losses and then won 8 in a row, so they are very, very hot. They could be someone to watch out for, and they just beat VM actually. It was actually a bit of a mix-up on the breakdown, so they didn't get many stars due to the fact VM nicely put in 4 Town Hall 11s for that advantage. But I mean, in the end, I think Trollstein could be someone to look out for because they are very, very good. They also beat us as well, so got to give a little bit of a shout out to them. In terms of Valor Morghulis, because of course they are a ByeForever clan, they finished 5 and 6, and they had some tough fixtures too. I think they did reasonably well this season as well, but I think they can improve. Anyone of you guys been watching VM?
A little bit.
I really haven't watched much of their stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get little snippets from them. I'll watch your recaps and stuff. I mean, it looks like they're putting up good wars. Just a lot of stuff that could go either way.
Could be interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about this no dip league.
Right. So next part of the agenda is of course what Jake just said, the no dip league. Let me get the wall back up so you're not missing any of that. So the no dip league is pretty self-explanatory. It's a no dip league. You can't do any dips on your Town Hall 10s to 9s or 11s to 10s. And both of our clans have signed up to it. We have Code Enigma, who we will talk about a little bit later. They signed up for the no dip league. I'm already getting it wrong. I'm going to say the no defense league a couple of times. And of course, Crunch Time have signed up to it in the semi-pro league. But some big clans in there as well going around. Some new faces as well to look out for. But I think it could be quite exciting. I like the direction that it's going in. Something new. I don't think it will clash with CWL either, so it could be interesting to see how that goes. Any of you guys know much about the No Dip League? Anyone?
I listened to Riggs' podcast on Monday, and I heard that they asked him to be some sort of admin for it.
Yeah, they did.
Oh boy.
Is that a good decision?
Rig. I don't think Rig's ever gonna listen to us because we're like the little warm-up peon show. But you know, I don't know if that's a good decision either.
Well, I mean, he is ByeForever Tyrant, of course. So he pulls his weight in ByeForever, of course, and I believe he's one of. I don't really know. Quickly before I just say,
I was gonna say Adam was on the show and he was saying something about how like they're not nearly as anti-modding as the CWL leadership is. I don't know if you guys heard anything else about that, or if it's just kind of a league, you know, for other people to, you know, that want to poo-poo over, you know, not being in CWL. But I don't know.
I'm excited to try it. I heard about it from some of the Kronos guys, and I think it'll be fun to try. We'll see where it goes. And Nice Templar is going to run a team in there. I think we're actually running it through our feeder clan, Templar Armory. So I may have a Town Hall 9 with Code Enigma and the No Dip League, which to me that's not super exciting because it's the whole No Dip League is fun when you have to use. As a Town Hall 11 and Nice Templar, that's when I'm going to enjoy it the most, being forced to hit Town Hall 11s every war.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it only lasts one season, oh well. But we'll see.
I think that is going to be quite good. In terms of UKWA, so they'll be in the semi-pro, and of course Code Enigma will be in the pro division, the top one. I think it'll be quite competitive, and I wanted to touch on the modding thing which Jake talked about. So basically the reason why there's so much shady business as such, and why Adam is not getting involved with it, is according to him and others, there was a war between a known modding clan and in a mix-up of No Dip League players and ambassadors as a sort of warm-up war. And of course CWL have that war where you can't associate yourself with any sort of modding at all.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why Adam isn't going to get involved with that, and because he's a fair player, sort of ambassador, and he doesn't want any sort of shady business going around in any leagues.
Definitely.
But in terms of modding in No Dip League, I think there's quite a big sort of I think it's quite similar to CWL in terms of vetting, etc. And of course clans know that they can't let these people in because they're going to have to kick them out, etc., and deal with it themselves, like the CWL sort of expect. So I think modding won't be a problem. Oh, Bella has just sent me, I don't know if sent you guys, but she just sent me the Rising single elimination bracket, which is very, very helpful indeed. I'm going to try and pull that up now.
Oh, for sure.
See if I can go on my Discord. Hopefully I won't be doxxed. I will go and pull that up now. Here we go. So I'm going to pull that up on the screen. So going back to that shortly, we'll talk about this now. Who do we have here? So Chaos Hammer have... wait, did Templar? No, they didn't qualify. So sorry, I didn't mean to break your hearts there.
Right.
I do have to give a... You're welcome. I see they coming in the chat, actually, who's a part of Boston Tea Party family. So his clan qualified as well, whereas they've got Black Apple. Trollstein look like they have a decent sort of a lineup to the final. Predominance, as I think JP was saying, they have a decent run as well. They have one Hive Invictor, and then they have either Crow Legion or Aussie Addicts. So maybe Predominance could be one of the favourites there, in fact.
I forgot about Invicta, though. Honestly,
Victory's in a
Invicta has
chat.
a chance.
Invicta's actually pretty good. As
Mm-hmm.
bad as 2.0 has done this season, Invicta's actually like pretty good for the league.
I forgot. They may upset Predominance. We'll see.
The thing is, though, it's quite funny because whenever we've played, we've had a few arranged wars with one Hive Invicta, as Bella will know, actually, because she was going to set one up with one of our leaders before they left, but we beat them on 3 occasions with our sort of feeder clan. Not feeder, but sort of our feeder sort of thingy. But so I wasn't sure how good they were, actually, due to the fact their defense is strong. Like we found it very hard to break down their bases. But their attack wasn't as strong. That's what we found anyway. I don't know if you have any little rebuttal on that fact. What do you think, Mr. JP?
They seem to be, back when I was there, I'm still in the lounge chat, and they seem to be doing pretty well. They were active. I actually think they were a lot more active than 2.0. They always had tons of people on voice chat. planning. So I had a feeling they were going to improve this year. So it seems like they've had a couple of tough losses, but seem to be really doing well.
I guess that's one big difference that I definitely noticed being over in the ByeForever family. Yeah, like let's say you have a spot in your NBFE, but if there's a war going on in VM or Grandma's Army or whatever, if there's like a potluck or something, like it's like no problem. Like you just go over there and you kind of hang out there until you're needed on the roster somewhere else. Where in 2.0 family, it's like this is where you're at, and if you leave here, then you're gonna have a talking to because they kind of, I wouldn't say micromanage, but yeah, they really want to make sure that you stay in the same spot. So like a lot of the guys in Invicta, they're chomping at the bit to try to move up to the flagship clan. So I think those guys during those wars where it like really matters, I guess, they're always trying to show off. But it's my 2 cents.
Yeah, well, I think they're definitely a decent clan, and of course they could beat Predominance in the first match, but I think it will be a very interesting matchup to see who does come out on top on that one. But I think if we had to pick a favourite there, if I had to force you to pick one, Predominance or One Hive Invicta, who do you think will win that one?
Predominance.
Yeah, Predominance.
I think maybe Predominance will probably edge that one out. Let's quickly go back to the No Dip League because we sort of went somewhere else there.
Tangents are good here.
Yeah.
This is a safe space.
I guess so. I was going to talk about Code Enigma because, of course, in fact, they're the new clan in a ByeForever family, and I've talked to the new he's the main guy there, Stu J. Seems like quite a nice guy. Never met him before or talked to him before, but trying to get some recaps around there. So if you want to, this is a good time to plug my channel actually. If you do want to subscribe for some Code Enigma content, do subscribe to this channel because I will have that Cwl Rising recap on the channel very shortly. In fact, I've recorded a few of the wars actually, which happened on Saturday. Stay tuned for those recaps, and of course you'll have the UKWA and VM wars coming out shortly as well. But in terms of Code Enigma, how much do you guys know about them? You heard much about them?
I didn't know anything about them until they joined the family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the announcement. That was the first time I ever heard anything about them.
Well, they are very in the CWL Rising. They started off incredibly strong. They put up, I think, 86 and 87 stars in their first 2 wars, which of course is very, very good. And just leaving those Town Hall 11s 2-starred, but then they sort of faded out a little bit towards the end of the season. I believe they finished 5 and 6. Could be wrong. JP, do you know if they finished 5 and 6? I think they did.
I don't know.
Maybe someone can confirm that in the chat, which I haven't been looking at actually. But I hope you guys have been looking at the chat. I haven't actually been looking at that. I should be doing that. But right, yeah. So I'm happy to have them on board, of course. I'd like to see what they've got, and of course they'll be the No Dip representative for next season. I'd like to actually pull up the clans which are in the Pro League, but I believe they haven't finalised those rosters yet in terms of who's going to perform in what league, etc. But I know some of the clans which are going to be around are Reddit Elefino, who of course is a Bagels clan, Reddit Hounds, who have really improved actually since we played them, and they absolutely wrecked us. Wasn't happy for me. And of course we've got a few other clans, and some new clans as well, which I've heard of before but haven't performed in CWL.
Is Warwhales going to go to the No Dip League?
Ooh, right. I mean, if they do, I think it will be easier for them than CWL, and it will sort of be, I don't know if they want to do that though. I'm pretty sure they're aiming to get into CWL Season 3, so maybe they'll be focusing on that. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think they'll be focusing on that, or do you think they'll try and go for No Dip League?
Sounds like they got rejected from the chat. It seems like they
really
let in.
They got rejected?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like.
Official news here. JP has just confirmed that. I'm joking. Well, we'll have to. Do you know that as a fact? Is that definitely true, or do you think
there's
that rumors?
3 or 4 people that are pretty reliable sources in chat saying they weren't let in.
Wow.
Dang.
Well, That is interesting.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Did I just say that?
Yeah, that must have just come out. That must have slipped your tongue. Obviously, we don't throw shade on this podcast.
Tourette's.
So yeah, well, that's interesting. Probably won't be as well. I think Warwhales might walk over a few of those clans in the Ambassador League because there's some like real newbies who I've never heard of and no CWL experience at all. It's just because they have a heavy breakdown, so it could be a little bit tough for them. And Warwhales, of course, very experienced, and they've been around the block as such in terms of warring anyway. So yeah, Warwhales rejected. Few clans in pro, few clans in semi-pro, and this is quite a nice league because they have quite a nice breakdowns across the board. They accommodate every sort of breakdown really. A bit like them, they go down as low as like I think maybe 1 or 2 Town Hall 11s. Which is nice just to see those smaller clans maybe getting a little bit of action. So that's a no dip league, I guess. Anything anyone else?
You talk about pressure. If you run a 1 Town Hall 11 breakdown and you're that 1 Town Hall 11, jeez.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, yeah, it's interesting because I don't know how well clans perform who have only 1 or 2 Town Hall 11s on the dips. I think the dip rate is quite low for those sort of, because all the Town Hall 11s really want to get into those top tiers, so their dip rate is quite low. Because we have that in Welsh, we have in the like feeder for our UKWA clan, we have a slight problem with that, where the 11s don't do as well as we think they should do sometimes. But I think they'll be hopefully improving on that respect, because one thing to comment on is the minor league, of course. I don't know if you guys are involved in that. Are you guys involved in minor league at all?
No.
Not at all? Wow, it's just CWL with you guys, I guess.
Yeah,
big boy stuff.
I never felt so boring until right now.
Well, I guess I like different leagues running. I don't know if you guys just want like one league to focus on. I like multiple leagues running. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I've ran because before I brought over the Town Hall 10 account to ByeForever, I had my 2 accounts in 2 different clans, and for me that sucked. that was really hard. I know guys.
I like having 1 in Rising and 1 in Invite, because
some guys love
wars
that.
are on different days. So like Thursday night we match for Rising, Friday night we match for Invite, so I can spread out my attacks and not have to be cramming 2 attacks or 4 attacks in a small period of time.
Some guys do that well, but like I can't. I have to have like them in the same clan. Like I do my Town Hall 9 attacks like right off the bat, and then I'm sketching on the one phone, and on the other phone I have it, the game pulled up and everything. Like, I have to focus on one that multitasking thing. I'm just too simple.
I guess.
If you didn't sketch, you wouldn't have any issues.
Yeah, just maybe it won't sketch.
Just stop sketching and all is well.
Right.
Well,
Joey's in the chat. We're just joking, Joey.
Yeah, we sketch all the time. We plan thoroughly for our attacks, don't we?
Oh, all the time.
Well, in terms of it sounds like your worst nightmare for my situation, Jake, because I have, next season I'll probably have 1 account in no dip, 1 account in minor, and then 1 account in CWL. So yeah. That's gonna be fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
Well,
it looks like Immoral Thieves is about to get a Town Hall 10 triple on it.
Oh my god, I forgot to pull it up.
It's about to happen. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, it's just happened.
Showing off your base. Yeah, they just
I was just showing off my base. Damn. Okay, right. We'll play that in the background then. Whose face shall we cover? Probably mine. There's the Town Hall 10v10. Damn it, Lil Hammer going in for a 10v10 on a BJM. Looks like a decent Queen Walk Lalo. So did it? How many? Look at that. The timer's low.
1 second left.
Oh Jesus! How's that looking then? 2 10v10s and 1 10v10 for us then. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I see.
Do you think we can pull this one out in the end? Do you think?
I think so. It's going to come down to the 11s. Just whatever they can do.
Of course.
All the 10s are going to probably be clear on either side. They still haven't cleared our 11s yet, so I'm wondering if they're just going to go for triple attempts.
Our 11s, to be honest, ByeForever's 11s are unbelievable.
They're sick.
Yeah, they're very good.
Or 11.
They rarely fail, and there's just such I'm not used to having such confidence in people. Like when they click attack, you're really not that worried. You know it's possible they'll fail, but those guys are legit.
Yeah, we got shout out then. Crypt, of course. Wow, he has so many accounts. I mean, Jesus, I think he has like 5 accounts or something. And I mean, I don't know how he copes. And he's always picking up 10v10s, 11v11s. It's crazy. And of course, Beckaboo, very good attacker as well.
Yeah.
Immortal Savage, he was in the what's it called, the All-Star War. Who else do we have? Am I missing? Oh, Rach, of course, he's in One Hive as well. I'm missing one more. Who's the other guy?
G something.
J something. Oh, King Jelly.
G.
Or Jelly. Jelly, yeah.
Jelly.
So he's very good as well, and he's got a 10 account as well in Wars as well.
Joey in chat said just don't mod and we're Gucci. And JP says starting now, right?
Interesting. Right, well anyway, we're going to play this 10v10 in the background. It looks quite decent actually. Very nice queen pathing as well. Look how much of the base he's taken up. Turning into a sort of ByeForever stream now. Right. Good. Well, we're coming up to the end actually, guys. Wow, that time flies by when you're having fun, am I right?
Yeah, sure.
Question time, I guess. If anyone has any questions, fill that chat. We'll try and answer them for you as this 10v10 flies in the background. What questions will be thrown at me, I guess? Could be interesting.
While we're waiting for questions to come in, I guess I'll ask you guys something. What if you could change one thing in the game, just one thing each, what would you do? Whether it be about war, just the game in general, one little quality of life, mechanical, anything, what would you do? Jack, you go first.
Okay.
JP, you think about it.
Oh god, okay, you're putting me on the spot here. Right. Well, in terms of, I'm going to talk about a development here. It's slightly different to what you asked, but okay. So I'm going to talk about the Forgotten Builders Hall update. We haven't talked about that yet. In terms of that, I think that could potentially go places. It can be developed. In terms of what they did now, I mean, what was the point of adding a double cannon? I mean, to your base, like your own village. I mean, that thing does nothing. It's literally just like a normal cannon. So I mean, I have it because it looks cool, but it's just not very good at all. And I think they can really add sort of different mechanic to the game. And also, thing I was thinking about is like, why don't they just add those different troops to the normal game? Like, the beta minion, for instance, like that thing fires like from like halfway across the map. I think that could be quite cool to implement in the game. I mean, it could be quite easy for a funnel, but I mean, it could make something a bit more interesting. Maybe put air mines a bit further outside your base and change the defensive meta a little bit as well. But yeah,
I built the double cannon just because I saw other people doing it, and I didn't want to be the only one without one.
Classic bandwagoning.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, also they're gonna, like, as you can see, yeah, I'll go to my base now actually. You can see they're trying to get like a gear up on your like little arch tower, so it like makes it a little bit smaller. And then obviously the most OP thing about this is going to be obviously the multi-mortar. Imagine 5 mortar shells being fired at once. Imagine how many wall breakers are going to be there. Wall breaker fails. So yeah, one OP defense that will be. But in terms of that, I think they can develop it and maybe add those troops into the normal game, and I'd like to see that really. So yeah, that's my answer.
So I would say I kind of have 2 that go hand in hand. The first is, I wish you could do friendly wars, do like a 5 vs 5 friendly wars with friends while you're in prep day of another war. I wish there was a way that you weren't tied into another war, so that way you could be in a 24-hour prep day and go do a fun 5-on-5 or 10 vs 10 war. That would be fun for me. And I say this all the time, but spectator slots, they got up to 20 on this update, which was helpful, but I still think you need more for these CWL matches. Those things fill up in not even a second. Sometimes those slots are full, and it's frustrating.
I didn't realize that they raised it. That's good.
Yeah, they bumped it to 20.
Really? Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? That makes a considerable difference, I think, to streamers as well. I was going to quickly add though, I don't know if you finished on that, John. You got anything else to say?
I'm good, man. That's what I was. That's my big thing there.
One thing I would really like to see is some sort of inbuilt league into the game. Imagine how cool that would be. Like, it wouldn't have to be done outside the game. It could just be done inside the game, and then it could be set up for you automatically. Like, I don't know how difficult that would be, but imagine how easy and sort of like mistakes not happening. That might reduce that as well. So like adding the CWL in game, because of course Supercell trying to get their little promotion of that CWL league in their like sort of bio, etc. So yeah, I'd like to see that as well.
Question from Joe: what is hiding behind that beard?
Yeah, I want to know that question.
Okay.
What else? I saw some.
Anything on Twitch?
Why is Pitt wearing a bye shirt? Why is Pitt wearing a bye shirt?
A bye shirt? What are you talking about?
BYU.
You English? That's a BYU. That's a university here.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I'm from the UK.
There's these people here that we call Mormons, and they have their own college, and it's called BYU.
How is it? Oh, okay. Mormon is quite a nice. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything there, actually. I don't know if there are any Mormons in the chat. Sorry to you guys. Yeah. Right. Well.
What plugins do you guys have? Twitter. Plugins.
Oh, plugins.
Yeah, before we get out of here, who do you
Plugs.
Plugs.
Oh, plugs, not plug in. Plug in. I thought I was supposed to plug in something to my computer.
I was going to say, my laptop and my headphones are all I have plugged in. God, weird.
Right, I'm going to plug. My Twitter's been plugged in Twitch like the whole time. But I will plug my Twitter in the chat as well. Follow me, please. I want followers. I'm kind of a follower whore. I want more than 150. Oh, there's a live attack. There's a 10v10. Shall we watch this before we leave then? And while we do the plugins, as Jake called them. Yeah. So it's Trowley. I don't even need to. This is a 10v10 triple. I've already called it. So,
JP's favorite plugin is Xmod.
I was waiting for the day I would be accused of modding. It's taken 3 years.
To say I was waiting for Big D to say JP.
It took 3 years to be accused of modding, and it finally happened. I'm happy.
Well, so I'm going to plug my Twitter.
For that day.
What do you guys want to plug?
Well, things I can talk about on air that I want to plug.
What do you want to talk about off air?
JP, I had to look it up because I forgot what it was, but it's actually at JP_OneHive. I'll give a shout out to BFE and a shout out to Knights Templar. Good people.
Great. Jake, go on. I know you're dying to.
Definite shout out to BFE as well. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at the Great Patino. Feel free to follow. I always like to retweet and shoot out times to the show. If you guys have any Clash friends or you guys are in a different clan that if you're not in BFE or whatnot, feel free to talk about our show. Get us out there. We definitely love followers and getting Jack more subscribers.
Thank you.
This is a triple, isn't it?
Oh wait,
is this a triple?
No.
No.
It's bloody close though.
I'm delayed.
No, it's 89%, and then the Queen's just about to go down. Oh wow.
Okay, yeah, they'll clean that up.
Actually, I quickly like to shout out, of course, UKWA. My UK Clash is down there. You are beasts. I don't know, actually. Is Queen? Yeah, Queen's too low. Only 2 defenses left. That actually kind of sucks. So shout out them. I'll put their Discord server in the link. We're always happy to have little friends come over and talk to us because we're sometimes lonely. So I'll put that in there. I've just realised I actually, in the YouTube chat, I just copied twitter.com and posted it into my actual Twitter. So clever me. I'll put the right one in there now. So yeah, if you want to join my Discord server, well not mine, but UKWA Discord server, feel free to join up. And I'll put the ByeForever server in there as well. Anything else we want to end on, guys?
I think we're good. I think we covered it.
Yeah, just on to the playoffs after this. it's going to get a whole lot more interesting. The stakes are going to be a lot higher.
Exactly. Of course, subscribe so you can see those recaps, if it wasn't so obvious already. I will actually have... I got a little follow notification. Thanks to whoever followed me on Twitch. Nice timing. I was going to say... What was I going to say? Yes, the VM War will be out tonight, so if you want to see that little recap, nice 9v9s, 10v10s in there, feel free to watch that video, because it's quite interesting to see those attacks. But yeah, apart from that, I guess we'll finish there.
Definitely.
Right.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, hope you enjoyed that first episode of Jay's Show. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more similar content, as I would say in usual Jackadunga fashion, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.